Hi, I'm Chuck Miller with Dream Home Inspections, and I've come up here to the chamber today to take a look at the structure and kind of do a maintenance review. So we're going to find a couple of things here, so let's just head over here and look at some typical things that we might find on a home inspection. So here we have an outside receptacle, and it should be GFCI protected. But as you can see, it's loose from the box and it doesn't work right now. So this is a safety concern and something that should be fixed right away. Over here we have, the gutters. It's a long span. And so there are seams. Here's a seam here, and then there's a seam over there that in a heavy downfall, it's probably going to drip a little bit at the seams there. And we can go over there and see where it's actually staining the brick. Okay, so here we have that seam. And when it drips, it bounces off the macadam here onto the brick and is causing some staining. So that indicates that that seam needs to be resealed. It's a low spot, so the water is actually it's laying up in there at the moment, and there's a lot of debris up in there that should be cleaned out. We want the water at that seam, it should be high so that it goes to either downspout and out, and then the far side down should be also a low spot, the high spot in the middle. And then if we come over here, here's a typical inside corner, and if you look straight up in there, you can see that the gutter is almost missed by the rain. It's like a funnel that's going to shoot out over and completely miss the gutter. So what we recommend is splash guards up there to help direct the water back into the gutter. So one of the things, the gutter itself, I believe it's not wide enough for the amount of water that comes down off of that roof. I would have recommended the bigger. They have different size gutters that you can get, and since it's such a large volume that comes down off of there. But the other thing is that the metal roofing is so much higher than the gutter that, again, in a heavier rain, it's going to shoot down right over and miss most of the gutter. So here we have a very typical problem. Now, this particular structure doesn't have a basement in this area, but when you have a downspout that is disconnected like this, water's going to lay in that area and soak into the basement area. So since this is a slab on grade, it's not quite as bad, but you can see the amount of water that has washed away the dirt there. So it's important to get an extension on this up over so that the water doesn't splash out over. So I commonly find that there are penetrations in the outside envelope. In particular, down here we used to be some old utility penetrations that should be sealed up, and you can see water might lay right in here, so we certainly don't want that water going in. If there was a basement there, that's something that would be of concern. So here's an interesting situation. We have these are double hung windows. The sash here is rotting. You can see here it's rotted, and in this corner here, I would imagine a lot of weather, the rain and the snow just kind of sits here, and over time it has rotted. The best thing is, at this point, that sash is probably going to have to get replaced. But here's an area where you need to have this caulked in here. A lot of windows are being replaced now, and not always do they caulk where it meets the brick, or if this were wood, this all has to be caulked along here, all the way around. Okay, so we're inside now, and we're looking at the kitchen area, which is something that's in most homes. We want to check the electrical. So this little device here tells me whether it has the correct polarity, whether it's grounded or not. And in this particular case, GFCI, it has a test to make sure that it's working. And see, it does. However, when we come to this one over here, it's already gone. It's gone bad. And what happened was, when I went to check it, it was making a buzzing sound, and then it just quit. It popped the circuit. So it is possible for these outlets to go bad over time. So it's something that should be checked on a regular basis, and you can do that just by, well, let's go to this one here. You can test it and reset, and that's all you really need to do. In this one, you can see the green light is on. That means it's good. So electrical safety is a big issue in the home, and checking your receptacles is a good idea.